Hello and welcome to Life of Paul or Back with Jamal. I'm not sure which one I'm going to put it out on, but I'm going to put it on one. This video is basically for you aspiring YouTubers. So I get quite a few emails and comments basically saying, how do you do what you do? Now, YouTube is quite a daunting prospect for a lot of people who want to start a channel. It's fairly user-friendly, but I found there was a lot of things that I had to learn the hard way as I went through. So here we go. Here's a little video for you. I almost said sure, but I don't believe it's going to be. Now, I haven't scripted this. I'm just going to waffle away and ramble. And if you tuned in hoping to see resin art or scratch cards or anything like that, that's not what it's all about. So, like I said, a lot of people want to start their own YouTube channels. And I thought I'd do a video and show you how I do it. Now, I'm not saying this is the definitive way. I'm not saying this is the right way. This is the way I did it. So, yeah, first of all, let's start at the beginning. So I'll tell you a little story about how I started my channel, and I had no idea what I wanted to do, so I called it Life of Paul. Now, when I did my second channel about bedroom art, I knew what that was going to be about. It's going to be about art. But my first channel, Life of Paul, it's called Life of Paul because I was just going to do different things. I think I put a silly video on there, did a bit of resin, then I started doing scratch cards, and off I went. Now, if you're doing your own channel, what I'd recommend is that you do a name that sort of corresponds with what you're talking about. So if you was going to do something about horse racing, it makes sense for your channel title to be called like Horse Racing Steve or something like that. So you'll probably notice if you look at scratch card channels, there's a lot of them that have scratch card or scratchers or something along those lines in their name. And that helps your channel out because when people go searching for things, that's what draws their attention. That's what YouTube will go, oh, this channel is about this thing you're looking for. So have a look at this channel. I debated a while back whether to change the name of my channel, but no, Life of Paul it is, Life of Paul it will stay. So be very careful what you think about your name, but also you want it to stand out. So don't do some generic one. Don't try and copy other channels. Make something that's unique to you and says what your channel's about. Yeah, and then equipment. Now I don't use a lot of stuff. I'll show you very quickly what I use. So it will cut and then you'll see the stuff. So I'll just out in my garden to show you the board I use. You probably recognise it from the videos. If you look closer, you'll see my bit of resin got stuck. So if I turn it round, you might recognise what it's from. It's just a cupboard door for a kitchen. So a long time back I changed all the doors on the kitchen and I thought I'd use that. My son popped out as I was doing that bit. So yeah, so you might recognise it from kitchens. So you know where you put the hinges on. So I replaced a load of mine a while back in the house I used to own, and yeah, so I've got some boards. So I use these as my boards. I just like it. It's just nice and plain, doesn't distract. This is the other thing I use. So you got like a holder for your phone. It just clips in there. Obviously I can't show you that because I'm recording on my phone, but it's just like a angle poise thing, and it has like a little clasp. So you just attach it on to the side, tighten it up, and then you can just adjust and wiggle it around, turn it around. Yeah, so I haven't got anything flash or expensive. I use this and a board, and you can probably you can get these for free if you know somebody who's done up the kitchen. Yeah, that's it. And that's off Amazon. You can get them off eBay, buy them in shops. They're nothing special. Oh, and the phone that I use is just a Galaxy S7, quite an old one actually. I find it records best, so I stick with that. The board, this, and my old Galaxy S7, and an old laptop that I've got. I used to edit the videos. So nothing expensive, trust me. And I do it on my kitchen counter with which has the washing machine underneath it. Nothing but glamour for my channel. But basically I just have a board that I lay down on my worktop. Then I have a holder for my phone so that I can position it over top of the cards, and then I record. And I use the same setup for when I do my back bedroom art. Now the reason I use the board is because I use it on my kitchen countertop, and it's very busy, if you know what I mean, so I don't want to distract people. And the reason I use the kitchen countertop is, and I'll show you what I mean in a second, if you use a table and you scratch and the table wobbles slightly, it's very for watching. So this is why you don't scratch on a table. So I've put my board. I don't know why I just moved my board. I've put my board on top of my table, and yeah, because the table wobbles when I scratch, it gives that horrible wibbly wobbly effect, which yeah, I don't like. So what I tend to do is use my kitchen worktop because it's very stable and it will not wobble. But if you want to use a kitchen table, go for it. I'm not saying what you should or shouldn't. I'm just saying what I use. And I use my smartphone. I did use microphones for a little while, but I realised by the nature of doing a scratch card video, the camera is near the phone. The camera itself is near your face, so it's going to pick up your voice very well. But if you are doing something, I don't know, like outdoorsy or where you're sitting far back from the phone or the camera you're using, I would recommend a mic, an external mic. I really would. But then you've got to try and marry the two together when you do your editing, which I found to be quite the pain. Okay, so that's the name of your channel. That's the equipment you need. What else is there? Oh, I suppose it's how I actually film it. So why don't I record something and I'll give you a few pointers on what I'm doing as I record it. So for that, I'm going to need some scratch cards. It doesn't matter what you're doing it on, but I'll just give you some heads up on some of the things that I do, because I'm guessing most people who watch this are going to be wanting to do their own scratch card channel. Hello and welcome to Life of Paul, and welcome to 2 100k a month for a year scratch cards. Now I like to do it that way because I think people tune in for the cards, not to look at my ugly mug. So I tend to just show the cards like that. Yeah, so there you go. So I always introduce the cards so that people know what they're going to see. There's no surprises then, is there? There's no like, what on earth is that? He's suddenly scratching off Monopoly or whatever. Right, and I will tend to say something like, you know, so I love these cards. I've got 2 of them today, and I'm hoping that I will retire by getting a big jackpot win on them. You never know. Today could be the day. So just a little introduction. You can say anything. Some people go, "Oh, you're waffling," and accuse of that. To be honest, and I'll bring this point up now. Actually, trolls, right? You will get trolls. You can do one of 2 things. You can either ignore them, or you can respond to them. If you respond, you're basically playing their game, because that's all they want. They don't mean the things that they say. They just have like a copy and paste thing, and they're just hoping to get bites. It's a bit like if you're in a bar and someone comes to you and goes, "Oh, I like you. Can I buy you a drink?" And you say, "No, thanks." And they go, "Well, I didn't want to buy you a drink, really, you ugly so and so." It's just that sort of mentality. It's ignore them, absolutely ignore them. What I do, and I'll show you now, actually. Little cutaway segment is you can actually add the names of trolls, people you don't want commenting on your videos, and unfortunately you'll get quite a long list of names. They can still watch your videos, but they just can't comment, and I will find that some of the comments are really disgusting, and I don't want them on my channel. So the other thing I do is I always have a list of banned words. I'm not going to show you the banned words, but I'll show you how I add them. The reason I'm going to show you the banned words is because what I don't want to do is just show you a list of swear words. I suggest you do that as well. You can also stop a lot of the sort of, I don't know how you describe it, like scam artists and things like that who try and put comments with links on, because you can block those as well. Plus, you get like porn sites, and they will have the word porn in there somewhere. So if you say the word porn is blocked, and any comment that has the word porn is not allowed to be shown on your channel, you'll save yourself a lot of grief and a lot of disgustingness. Okay, so let's go back to the cards. Right, so shall we scratch these cards? Let's spin that camera. Which brings me on to an editing point. So I have the camera spins mainly for 2 things. First of all, I like it, and I think it breaks up the different sections, and also it puts a break in the video. And what YouTube does, it will randomly play ads, and whether I want the ads there or not, it's going to happen. But if I put a break in the video with a transition, so that spin the camera, generally what will happen is it will probably bring the advert in where the break is. So that's what I like to do. So yeah, just a little tip for you. You might find it adds extra time, but I you know, I'd like to try and make it an easier watch for people. Right, so let's spin that camera. Okay, so behind the scenes, people don't see this. What I do is I zoom in on the card. There it is. Then if you on a smartphone, you can, it's easy, you just press the screen and it auto focuses on the card. Now, no matter what I put in the way of the card on my hand, because you are going to be using your hands, it stays focused on the camera. I'll unfocus it and you'll know what I mean in a second. I'll say unfocus it. So now I'm not focused on the card. Anything that comes in, it'll focus on that instead. So it'll go on my hands. And you'll notice that if you're watching those scratch card channels, you'll notice that happening. And it can make people feel a bit, I'm not going to do it anymore, it can make people feel a bit queasy. So my advice, whatever device you're using, zoom in on the game area, the bit that you're going to show as you're recording, and then fix the focus on that item. Now, when you record it, no more seasickness. And what I like to do is I'll start off like this, and I'll say something on the lines of, so here we go, 100k a month for a year, 2 cards. Card number 54 and 55. See, now cards slap bang in the middle of the screen, ready for us to go. No mucking around with the editing, no mucking around with zoom in or getting in focus. It's all ready to go. So here we go. I'm going to scratch this card off, show you a few other things. Right, here we go. So winning symbol, let's scratch that off. So what I'm looking for is a gold key. Find a gold key, get a win. Now the reason I explain that, and some people moan, oh, there is always somebody who'll moan. But the reason I explain it is there's people who haven't played this card, because you've got to remember, you are now recording videos that people all over the world can watch. And what you don't want is people being excluded, because you're after views, aren't you? You're after subscribers. So it takes a second, don't waffle, don't make it a massive long thing, but just briefly explain on the first card what it is you're doing. So can we find that gold key? So we've got a bar of silver, we got a diamond, a mini tree, an aeroplane and a palm tree. The reason I say all the symbols is, again, you've got to think of your audience. There's a lot of people who watch on devices where it might look small, and there's also people with vision who are vision impaired. So again, people will always moan, but they are the minority. There's like 2 or 3 people you'll get. They'll comment and you'll go, oh, I better not do that again. No, do it. There's a lot more people who appreciate it, and there's a lot of people who probably don't even register what you're doing. They're just watching the card. So make sure you, well, in my eyes, you can do any way you like, but make sure you read out what it is you're revealing. And yes, somebody will comment and go, oh, I hate it. I don't make videos, and neither should you, for one person. Whoever shouts the loudest is not the one I'm making my videos for. So yeah, make it so it's accessible to many people as possible. So moving on. Next game, we're looking for lucky fingers. So we've got a necklace, a motorbike, a wad, and a ring. Now the next game, what we're looking for is our number to be bigger than theirs. So as I go down, I'm going to reveal my numbers. Oh no, none of them are particularly big. So 26 is my number. Theirs is 24. Mine's bigger than theirs, so I win. Oh, there you go. Wow. That will happen as you scratch. You will get the odd winner. Yeah, carry on. I don't reveal the prizes if I get a win. Leave it till the end, because you might get more than one win. And what you don't want to do is scratch it off, reveal a fiver, then later on scratch it off, reveal another fiver. Wait till the end and scratch them all off in one go. Right, can we get some more wins then? So 15, 26, theirs is bigger, they win. 24, 25, theirs is bigger, they win. 13, 22, 16, 21, 17, 19, 20, 28, 12, 14, 22, 24. So what have we won? Hooray, a fiver. Just what you'd expect. Right, there's 2 ways of doing this. I can either just reveal the next card, or I could do a transition. To be honest, if you're going to do a few cards, I wouldn't bother doing transitions. When it changes to a different type of card, then I would. But yeah, so I'm just going to skip to the next card. So we've got a fiver. Can we win more? I won't explain the card again because you've already seen it, so I'm just going to scratch it. Here we go. So this time we're looking for a stack of coins, pot of gold, a bar of silver, a camera, a diamond, and a palm tree. Can I find those lucky fingers, pocket watch, treasure chest, helicopter, and a wad? Okay, here we go. Let's scratch all the way down. Can I find something to go with my measly £5 win? 14, 16, there's as big as they win. 18, 23, 21, 24. Notice how I'm scratching as well. I'm trying to avoid covering up the things that I'm scratching. What I used to do is I used to use coins and things like that. I found that they would hide things. So I make my own scratches. Something that's clear or clearish tends to show what you're scratching through. So I think it makes a bit more of an enjoyable view. So watch very carefully and do the next one. 20, 28. So you can probably see the 28 as I was scratching it, couldn't you? 24, 25. Not bad trying to make your own scratches. I've shown you how to do it on my other channel. Just watch Backpatching Mart. Or find something that's clear. Something that can keep your fingers away. 15, 27, 19, 22, 17, 26, and last but not least, 16, 18. Should we spin a camera and see how we did? So that's my cue. Spin the camera, get the cards back in, and explain what I got. And yeah, here we go. So there's only 2 cards in this video. I was hoping to get the year so I could retire, but it wasn't to be. But I did get one win, and it was 26 beating 24 for a fiver. So £10 spent, £5 back, £5 down. It's not the worst result, not the best, but it is what it is. Now, unfortunately, at this point, you've got to bring in, you've got to do it. You got to do it. A lot of people will watch the videos and they'll either forget or they won't even think about doing it. But to grow your channel, you need subscribers and likes. So unfortunately, here it is. Here's the bit. I don't enjoy doing it, so I'll try and make it as quick as possible. But just remind, I do it gently as well. Don't like demand it, but try and remind people to hit that like button and subscribe. So if you enjoyed that video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't done already. It really does help my channel out. And I'll look out and I will see you guys in another video real soon. Look out yourself and those you love. Cheerio everyone. Bye. And there you go. Once you recorded it, it's time to edit it. So I've recorded another video as well. It's a cash word because I'm going to show you some various things, but I'll show you how I edit the videos. So that's what's next. And to be honest, this is the fun bit. This is the fun bit. The editing can be time consuming and quite tedious, but it's what you got to do if you want the views. Okay, so when I edit a video, I use something called Wondershare Filmora 11. So it's just this editing suite I use here. There's loads of other ones out there, but I picked this one because it's very simple to use. I pay for it so that when I upload my videos, there is no what they call a watermark in the corner. Basically, that means is if I didn't subscribe to Wondershare, I say subscribe, it's a one-off payment, I do apologise, I would have Wondershare written in the bottom corner of all my videos. But I like it, and I like all the added features, so I was quite happy to buy it. One thing I would suggest though is whenever I upload a video, I go into here and you're going to see now that I'm very lazy. So we go into pictures, you'll see that there's loads and loads and loads of things that I haven't recorded yet. So all I need to do to make it simple for me is select what I'm going to upload. So it's these 2 things here. That's what I'm going to edit. Give it a new name and we'll call it edit this for vid. Bring them down onto the desktop and I'm ready to go. So now I'm going to open up Wondershare Filmora, and when you open it up, it's very bland, it's very basic, but I'll give you a quick little whistle stop tour of it. Here you upload your clips or your videos, and it's why I put them on a desktop, so that when I look at my desktop, there they are. I don't need the picture, I just need the video. So double click that. What I also do as well, or did a long time ago, is I made an end screen and a start screen. If you've seen enough of my videos, you would be sick and tired of the sight of them. Every time I threaten to do a new one, people tell me nope. So there they still are. So I made these on film Aurora. I struggle to say the name of it, on this editing suite, and then I just keep it as a permanent video that I always add. So what I like about it, it's very simplistic. It's drag and drop. So drag, so click on it, drag, then drop, and there it is. If I press play on here, yeah, I recognise that, don't you? If you want to change the volume, grab that bar, raise it, and you'll see like the lines have gone bigger. If I press play again, it's now louder. This one here means you can zoom in and zoom out, which helps because it does look very big for such a short little 10-second clip, doesn't it? Right, the next one I'm going to add is, because that's the end, I'm going to add the middle, the fill into the sandwich. Match to media, I always go keep project settings, but I keep my eye on that because what I'm adding is 30 frames per second. So I'll keep the project settings because then nothing gets complicated. Then I'll go File, Project Settings, and then change it to the 30 that the video is recorded in. Normally it's 50, but for some reason every now and then it records them in 30. I don't know why. I just go with it, go with the flow. But I did learn that if you don't do keep project settings, sometimes it goes a little bit weird, and I do not know why. Okay, grab the volume, bung it up. Have you noticed how I've got loads of sound and then silence? I have that silence for a reason. It's so I know where to edit. I also sometimes, as you've probably noticed, tap, tap, tap. That will give me like poof, 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 a very distinctive spike. So I do that as well sometimes. So I know there's a little bit of dead space there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this along and get it to just before where the volume goes up. It's a pair of scissors. Click on it. It's made a cut in what I've recorded. Select the bit I want to remove. Go to the bin. Click. Simple as that. Also, you'll notice up here that it's on a slant because when I recorded it, for whatever reason, it did it in portrait mode. Don't panic if it happens, and I have seen people actually upload videos looking like this. All you got to do is click so it knows what you want to alter. Right click to bring up the options, and you can rotate 90 degrees clockwise or rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise. If I go clockwise, it's now exactly how I want it. I hope I'm keeping this nice and simple. I don't like overcomplicating things. Now you can play around. As you can see on the top, there's loads of stuff. I mean, if I go to transitions, for example, boom, there is, well, you can see it's a hell of a lot of transitions. But if I go to favourites, you'll notice I've only got 3 in there, and they're the 3 that I use a lot: dissolve, cube, and fade. So when we transition, and this is what transition is, it's when you go from one thing to another. So we're going from this bit of the video into, hello everyone and welcome to Life Report, and I've got, and rather than just being that jump, dissolve. I like dissolve. If I put it in between the two, it means when I do the next one, hello everyone and welcome to Life Report, and I've got, a little bit smoother, isn't it? A little bit smoother. Now, like I said, I keep nice long pauses so I know where the gaps are. So as I scoot along to here, you'll probably find me say something like, let's spin the camera. Something that you'll enjoy watching. Or maybe not. I normally say spin the camera. I say spin the camera because it's my cue that this is the break and I've stopped all waffling. So let's press the scissors, click, because I want to get rid of this dead space here. Click again. So this whole bit here, now I've selected it, is going to be deleted. Put in the cube. That's my spin the camera, by the way, the cube. Now when I go back, you'll get this. Something that you'll enjoy watching. Although, even if I don't win, I hope you do enjoy my video still.
There you go.
Cheerful little...
And that's how you do the transitions. Now, I've just been pressing play to move along, but you can grab the top bit. Be careful not to touch that. I've done that so many times. Well, it's not a problem if you do. I mean, if I do that, click, click, and I'm not just going mad here, aren't I? Select, delete. Oh no, I've just lost a bit of my video.
Cheerful little off. 3031 is my...
Oh no, what have I done? Over here you got an undo button. It's like, oh, I do like undo buttons. So 1, 2, 3. I deleted or went back 3 steps. So now it no longer jumps.
Cheeky, cheerful little scampy ways as I scratch them off. 3031 is my...
Now I know that I scratched 2 cards off. So if I touch this top bit and just slide it along, you'll notice me whizzing through the card. Meow. I could probably get 100 cards done in a second if I could scratch that fast. Ooh. And I know I'm at the end, and there's my dead space. So I'll go back a little bit, just press play.
Right, it's a dud. 2 duds. Let's hope John Multiply does it for us.
Stop the playing, and then scoot along. Select the bit I want to cut out. Delete. Oh, I think a transition should go in there as well. So we'll put a dissolve in, and you'll find I go from one card to another.
Multiply does it for us. Let's multiply some jewels. So we've got card.
Just like that. There's other stuff you can do as well, and I'll show you some of the other things that I like. So if I do a cut there, and then a cut there. Oh, hang on, let's go back a bit. There, that'll do. So rather than delete this little bit, what I'm going to do, if I put the bar on there as well, if you select the actual TV screen, you'll notice the blue editing lines. I can zoom in on something. So say, for example, I mean, I've just zoomed in on those, but say it was a big win that you wanted to show off, you can do that. Or let's say that there was something just to the right of the screen you didn't want, you could move it out of the way. So if you film something and there's something in it you don't like, you can manipulate what you've done to make it better. Like sometimes we record a video and it's you haven't zoomed in enough, you can zoom in within the editing suite. So I'll go back and show you what it looks like. Obviously I could put a transition going from one to the zoomed in bit, but actually let's go back a bit. Look at this. Here we go. Have a good run up to it.
For us. Let's multiply some jewels. So we've got card 11 and 12, so Sam's lucky number.
Actually, I quite like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dissolve in there as well. It might be it might be too much for it. Let's go back, see how it looks.
Let's hope John Multiply does it for us. Let's multiply some jewels. So we've got card 11 and 12, so Sam's lucky number. How you doing, Sam, if you're watching? Hope you're well, buddy.
So if you want to get rid of the transitions, click on them, right click, delete. Click on it, right click, delete. I could have done the undo button as well. It's all the same. So one last time. I might keep that in. I actually quite like that.
If I does it for us. Let's multiply some jewels. So we've got card 11 and 12, so Sam's lucky number.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that in.
How you doing, Sam, if you're watching?
That'll probably have a few people talking, won't it? Okay, what on earth is that about? And again, the other stuff I'll let you play with this. You put titles in, so you can add stuff. So for example, like here, demo text. Put that there. Okay. And if I go on to the thought bubble, demo text, double click. Now I can edit something, put some writing in. So let's put don't forget to like the video. click there to make it all century like. Change the size from 68 down to 48, and that'll probably fit in a lot better. Ooh, make it a little bit bigger. And what I've done is I've added a little bit of text.
How you doing, Sam, if you're watching? Hope you're well, buddy. Right, we need jewels. We need these things. The more you find, the more you win. The more you win, the more you smile. The more you smile.
And it's all about just experimenting. So I actually don't like that too much. So what I'm going to do is put the video up there, make it slightly bigger, select the text, and put it up a bit. So now let's go back.
If you're watching, hope you're well, buddy. Right, we need jewels. We need these things. The more you find, the more you win. The more you win, the more you smile. The more you smile.
And again, you've got loads and loads and loads of ones that you can play around with and add to your heart's content. 2,342 new ones. You can double click on them, see what actually happens. God, look at that. So you'll see some channels. Imagine me doing that. So you will see some channels do stuff like that, but I tend to stay away from it. It's a little bit too blingy for me. So there's another one. Ooh, abstract background. Yeah, imagine that with a scratch card being scratched off with that behind it. Yeah. The other thing you could do as well is I added this. If I click there, I can extend it so it stays on for longer, or bring it back. And you're probably gathering that you can add secondary videos. So if I go media and then add something, what could I add? I'm just going to add a random thing, okay? So drop it in. It could be a picture, it could be video, it could be anything you want, and you can have it so it
let's find some jewels.
Boom, just appears randomly when you want it to.
13 as well. Look at that, £1,000.
You can have videos appear, you can have anything. So you can duplicate stuff. So you could, if you was, wanted to, you could have someone else's scratch and scratch card on the right while you scratch one on the left. There's a suggestion for you, Cornish Scratcher. If you and Mrs. C wanted to do a video together, you could have one scratching on one side, one on the other. Yeah. Anyway, I'll leave that to you. I'll leave that thought out there. So we're going to carry on with this, and let's move to the end. He says rapidly moving. Right, so it's taking so long, I can just click on here, move it along up here. I know there's only 2 cards I scratch. Oh, there we go. I know. Did I not do a transition? Did I just end and then go, I'm not going to bother editing?
Number 17. And it's not. It's a dud session. And they do happen. And I would be lying to you all if I never showed them and pretended all I got was wins. So there you have it. £20 spent, nothing back, £20 lost. Ooh.
Yeah, so normally what I do is I do like a transition at the end, but sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Is there anything else I do on these that you might be interested in? Because again, you can add loads of stuff. Yeah, you can speed bits up. So let's say, for example, that me looking on there, because all you're doing when you cut is you're saying this bit of the video, something separate is going to happen. Normally I delete it, but you can click on the clock and make it go faster. So do 4 times the speed. Obviously then the gap, you've got to delete that so that it all gets brought up. Now what will happen is that little bit will go faster.
Getting harder.
Or you can slow it down. So sometimes when I used to do this with cash word. A little tip for you: when I did it with cash word, people didn't like it, but I used to start scratching the cash word, fast forward all the way through to the end of the card. I stopped doing that a long time ago, but you know, if you wanted to, the option's there. I'm just going to do undo and just bring it back to where it was, and move to the end. Takes, you get faster and faster the more you do it. Right, so this looks like the end because you can see how the chatting starts to disappear, and the thumbnails just show cards being randomly moved around.
Today. Look after yourselves and those you love, and I'll see you again real soon. Cheerio everyone, bye.
Dunk. Cut, delete. Now I'm going to add my end screen. Yeah, keep the project settings, thank you very much. A little bit more volume. Now this last thing, and I recorded this, and it's basically just a picture that I then stretched and added music to it. And what I did it for the 20 seconds is that when you finish a video on YouTube, you can have like options to subscribe and options to go to different videos on your channel, and it stays up for 20 seconds. So I thought having a green screen for 20 seconds where you'll have one video link there, one video link there, and your subscribe picture there, sort of matched up nicely. So that's what I did. Oh, and I did say about adding music, didn't I? Let me go back. If I cut there, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take off all sound on that last little bit. So if I play, you'll notice what will happen.
I'll say, out of respect.
There you go. It's just gone all quiet. So if I go to audio, I can add, and this is all, you're allowed to use this because a lot of YouTube stuff is copyrighted. If you put like Bohemian Rhapsody on here, it will get, well, it'll get pounced on by YouTube. But this stuff you're allowed to use. So, you know, I'm not even going to listen to it. I'm just going to put, let's get music. That'd be better, wouldn't it? So I'm not even going to listen to it. I'm just going to go Japanica. So you can see it's some music that I've added. Here I go, press play.
You know, Godspeed to you, man. That's all I'll say. Out of respect.
And it's still playing the video, can you see? If you wanted to, you could lower the volume of that. So it's very faint. And then raise the volume of that.
Out on so
it's not loud enough.
It's an important day in our nation's history. So if you,
so there you go. So we got some music playing in the background as well. So let's delete that. Okay. So where are we going with this? Yeah. So add a transition on the end. Resolve. I think you can play around with the rest. I think you've seen enough now to be able to have a good go on this. That's how I edit videos. Then the last but not least thing is just to export it. So export. When you want to export it, be very careful. Make sure you call it something you'll remember. So I'm going to call this one my edit vid video, and then Didio. Well, Divio. No, I'm going to leave it. Then I usually put the date on just to remind myself, because it's easier to find it if you put the date in, and then just export. And here's the bit where you go and make yourself a cup of tea and chill, because it's now converting it to a video that you can jump on for onto YouTube. The problem is, see, it's saying like 1024, 1048. It's going up rather than down, isn't it? It will do that for a while. I've had one that went all the way up to 2 hours before it stopped going up. But yeah, sometimes what I'll do is I'll go, 15 minutes, I'll go and make another video. So while it's doing what it's doing, I'll go and record another video. But there you go. So that's how I edit my videos. And what I'll show you next is how I do the thumbnails and how I upload them onto YouTube. And so you get a complete 100% package of how I do my videos. Right, I hope you're enjoying this, by the way. Yeah, it's taking quite a long time, longer than I thought it was going to, but I am enjoying it, and if it helps one channel get off the ground, it was worth it. Oh, there you go. So it's sort of calming down a bit now, isn't it? It's actually going down rather than up. Right, see you in a sec. Okay, so on Google, if you search for Canva, and I'm sure anybody who's got kids will be able to find this very easily. Lots of kids use this. It's, well, you can just design things like slideshows, flyers, pictures, anything you like, and it's all completely free. And as you can probably see here, I got loads that I've already done. And me being lazy, what I tend to do is I'll just go to one of them at random, like say this one here, the Gold Fever one I got, open it up, and I will just manipulate it. I will just design it how I want by just because it's drag and drop. You just move stuff around. But I do one for, and I'll just alter it for my new one. So I don't really tend to do many from scratch. But for you, I will do that. So let's go back to the home. Okay, got to remember how you do this now. Oh no, it's at the top there. Right, so let's create something. So where are we going? So you can do loads, can't you? You can do absolutely loads of stuff. But mine's a Facebook cover. That's what I used. So go Facebook cover, and it should give you something that looks a little like that. Now, if you want to, you can use any of their stuff that they've got. They've got loads. Yeah, so you can use any of those if you want. What I'm going to do is I'm going to upload something. So these are all the pictures I've uploaded. It's just upload files, click on here. If you've got something you want to add on there, obviously mine are JPEGs. So gold. Well, that's one I just went. I don't know why I'm struggling here. Let's go with this one. Let's bring this picture up. So here it appears. Give it a click. I'll put it on here. All you do then is you just edit it. So obviously I took this photograph of the cards before I did this video. You can put it anywhere you like on the board. You can make it bigger, zoom in, zoom out, whatever you want to do with it basically. What I like to do as well is elements. If you go to elements, there's things you can add that are already on there. So if I click on that, for example, and then make it bigger, and then cover the whole of the screen, that's going to be my background. If you hold Control and then the little bracket symbols, you can make things go in front and behind. I probably should have done this first and I did that. So that's that on there. You can go add a shape. It's a little square. Let's put it up there. You can see how this is going, can't you? We've put that there. Click up here, you can change the colour. So I don't really like that colour, so let's try that colour. Ooh, no, that's too much of that. Let's try red. Oh no, that's very jarring. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Coming back to elements. Oh no, going to text rather. Let's go text. Add a text box. Now I just want to put our text box up here, and then we can start writing our text, can't we? So enjoy these cards, they are great. Yeah, so as you can see, my spelling is great. Increase the font. Really make it nice and big. Enjoy. Wow, that really was bad spelling. Enjoy these cards, they are great. Be very careful of doing what's known as clickbait. So if you put something on here like, enjoy these cards, they're great because I got a spectacular, awesome, mega fantastic win, and then in the video you go on £1, you know, it'll work the first time. You'll get a lot of views. The second time, not so many, because people go, don't believe you. So make it realistic. Say something that is honest. So enjoy this. So I'm going to come back and put something quite, not bland, but you know what I mean, so realistic. So today we have a great mix of scratch cards for all of my lovely channel members. Don't like the black, so well, actually, before I get on to, well, actually, we'll change the colour. So maybe grey. No, you can't see it now. Maybe white. Oh, very nice. Comic Sans, don't like Comic Sans or Canvas Sans or whatever it is called. Bangers is always a good one. So just change the font style. Again, you can increase the size. Boing. Fill that box up. As if you've gone for a box. You might not have gone for a box. No, I want this. And then I'm just going to let me move it up a bit. There we go. If I move that up as well, what you can do is you can add obviously other things that you've uploaded to other pictures. So I'm going to go down. Normally I have a smiley face. Look at all these different pictures I've uploaded. All these scratch cards. Yay! So he'll do. One click. Make them a bit smaller. Add him on there. And there we go. So all I've got to do now is, if it seems weird, this, click share, download. I always do it as a JPEG. Download it. And what I'm doing is I'm just adding this to my desktop now so that I can then add it later on to my video, which is just about done. Soon-ish. Maybe soon, maybe now. Doesn't even take this long. There we go. So open file. Gives you one last chance to have a little look at it, see what it looks like. My laptop really is on the go slow. So right click and we'll save that as members YouTube pick. And I always save things to the desktop because it's so much easier if I do. There we go. So that's how I edit the thumbnails. Be realistic. Yeah, don't go too flashy. I like to have a little bit of what's in it and picture the cards, but it's up to you. So if you look through all my thumbnails, you see loads. I don't think it's my strongest point, thumbnails, but you know, it's what people see first of all, and it's what attracts them to your videos. But please don't do clickbait. I've seen a few scratch card channels that have done clickbait, and when I watched the video and it wasn't what was advertised, because there was no spectacular win, I was pretty miffed to say the least. And one of them, I don't really watch their videos anymore because of it. But yeah, each to their own, each to their own. Right, so all I'm going to do is show you how I upload it and do the little nuts and bolts bits, and then that's it. That's my video done. Right, so here we are. This is the main event, I suppose, for some people. This is YouTube itself, but you're going to see it from my side of things, if you know what I mean. So there's stuff on here that you probably wouldn't have on yours, mainly because I am monetized, so I have extra things that I can do. I won't really talk about those because it shows off too much of my channel that, you know, I don't really want to be showing off. But the main thing is once you've got your own YouTube channel, it's easy to set it up. I'm not going to explain how to set up a YouTube channel. I suppose most of you have already got one anyway. But you go on here like manage videos. When you go on manage videos, and I've already got that tab open, you got lots of things that you can have a look at. A lot of it is quite self-explanatory. I mean, content. It will show you all the videos that you've got on your channel. I got a few. I got a few. I can go to my lives and go to my posts, playlists. I do wonder if some people actually go on my playlist. I mean, if you're interested, there's like my favourite music videos. I'm forever adding to it. There's 80 on there. Obviously, I didn't make any of those. They're just songs that I enjoy. I've got my analytics page. I can have a look at analytics, comments, so on. There's the what you get when you hit 1,000 subscribers. Oh yes, that's what everyone's after, monetization. Yeah, but let's go back to dashboard. Doesn't matter where I'm actually going to do it from. This tab up here, this is the tab that we're interested in, create. So I'm going to click on create, and then I can upload my videos. So I'm going to go into here, select the file. Bear with, a lot of this you're thinking, well, yeah, I could have worked this out myself, but bear with. So I got a lot basically. So just I have like my life of pool vids to make, and I'm gonna. These are all ones I've made recently. Gordon Bennett, so many, isn't there? This is the one I want to upload. Kitty Boo div moment. It wasn't Kitty Boo had div moment. It was me, but I called it a file that I could easily remember. Up it goes. Do. And here we go. So there's a lot of stuff in here that's quite important. So on here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a title. Now it's very important the title you give it is something that people would want. If you were searching for YouTube videos, and particularly scratch card videos, you've got to give it a title that people would probably type in when they're looking for scratch cards. I mean, if you want to go for a really simple one, but then again you're up against a lot of competition, you'd put in something like National Lottery scratch cards scratched off. Quite a lot of people probably would search for those sort of words. If you want to make it a little bit more specific, you could put National Lottery £2 scratch cards scratched off. You could put Super Cash Bonus, because they're the cards that are in this video, scratched off. And then I'm going to finish it off with a little bit scratched off for Kitty Boo. And then you could have put like lots of winners, full card, prize bonanza. You could put anything you like in there, but I'm just going to leave it nice and simple. National Lottery, £2 Super Cash Bonus scratch cards scratched off for Kitty Boo. What I tend to do is copy, and then on the description, let's move that bit down, because I got like a membership thing. I have that just automatically come up on every single one of my descriptions. Paste, because it's important that in the description you also have lots of keywords that people look for. So National Lottery, £2 Super Cash Bonus scratch cards cashed off for Kitty Boo. So I've just doubled my search criteria. I'm put in here due to a div moment. There were some. Here we go. Let's copy those words. Super Cash Bonus £2 scratch cards. Due to know there was some Super Cash left over from Kitty Boo's mystery box. Watch and see as I reveal. There's another word that people like to go search for. Watch it and see as I reveal the final £10 of Lotto scratch tickets. So what I'm doing there is I'm putting lots of words that probably people search for when they're looking for scratch cards. So we've got in there National Lottery, £2, the name of a card, scratch cards, scratched off. Where else? Lotto, scratch tickets. People search for that word as well. and I've duplicated a lot of words. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to help my video get noticed amongst all the other scratch card videos out there. And if you look at the titles of a lot of scratch card videos, you will see something very similar to that. It's absolute carnage, but if you want to get noticed, you've got to play the game. It's a bit like standing on the rooftop and shouting, isn't it? Scratch cards! Scratch cards! Scratch cards! Here you can upload your thumbnail. I've already done the one for Kitty Boo, for this one. You probably notice I've jumped around from different scratch cards that I've scratched off during this editing video, and it's because it's taken me a long time to do this. I don't want you to think I just sat there and did it in one day. So that was the members pick you probably saw me do earlier on. I'm a div. Yep, that's the one. Okay, scroll down. Playlist is useful. I create playlists mainly because what you can do is if somebody likes £2 scratch cards, they might go and look at your playlists and then go and have a look at all the £2 scratch cards. So I try and archive them all together in the playlists. Yes, it's made for kids. If you click that, nobody can comment. Simple as that. Yeah, brilliant. Tick that, no comments. So you want to make sure it's not made for kids. And to be honest, it's 18 plus scratch cards, isn't it? I've never had a sponsorship or endorsement bill. I'm up for it, Rolos, if you want to sponsor me. Coming down here, tags. Tags are important. I've done it so long that I get recommended tags, and it's recommending a lot for me. So what I can do is I can just go in and just add them like this, bump. So UK scratch cards, or I can go in here and go Kitty Boo mystery box and just add it in myself. Now what the tags are, they're basically, again, I suppose I don't do Twitter and all the other sort of what are they called, social media platforms and stuff like that. I mean, I dabble, but I don't really do it. But I understand that you have tags in those as well, and it's basically key phrases that people search for. What I would do is I would stick to something very simple. And sometimes if you add in tags that are misspelled, so some people might put UK and then go scratch cards like that, misspell scratch. And if somebody misspells scratch and you're the only person who's had a tag with that, that means everybody who misspells scratch will have your video come up. So it's again another game where you're just adding tags in the hope that people will come across your cards. So I don't want to do mix of new scratch cards. It's not on there. There's not a new one. National Lottery, we'll bung that one in there. Oh, look at that. It's recommending Scratch Card Lady. That's obvious. There you go, Madge. You are a name that people search quite regularly. £2 scratch cards. We'll add that in there. You can go up to 500. To be honest, because it's only an editing video, I'm not going to bother going too mad. Video language. I'm not sure if it matters if you do or don't, but I always let everybody know that what they're going to get if they listen to it is a bit of UK English. I usually bring the recording date in. I'll be honest with you, this one I think I recorded back there somewhere. Down we go. Next. This is for me. This isn't really for you. Obviously, I can either have monetization turned on or off. To be honest with you, if they're going to play the ads, whether I have it turned on or not. If it's turned off, then I generate no income from the ads. If I turn it on, I generate income from the ads. So it makes sense that I have it turned on. Next. Because I've got ads turned on, it basically wants me to confirm that I haven't got any controversial issues or hateful derogatory content. So I can confirm that. Next. Add an end screen. So I'm going to add an end screen. So remember I did on the thing where I said about the green for 20 seconds, you can sort of see it coming in there, can't you? Just overlaying the supercation. Oh, no, it's disappeared. What I do is I have the same thing every time. You can move these around, by the way, put them anywhere, but I just put them up above the liked and subscribe, and you can select what you want in there. So I've got best for view on that one. That one I've got most recent upload. You can change it to a specific video, and then you can go looking for one of your videos that you want to link it to. Most of the time I just leave it as these two, most recent and best for viewer. You can do this as well. If I delete most recent viewer, what am I doing? Oh, you do it on here, don't you? Delete, then go plus element. Remember I said about the playlist earlier on? Go playlist. £2 scratch cards. 51 videos in there. That's a lot. And now, when it finishes, there's a playlist. So anybody who's really into £2 scratch cards might go, oh, I'll have a look at the playlist, and then start looking at loads of my videos. That would be cool. I'll save that. Next. You notice as I was doing this, it was uploading in the background and doing its checks. So here I can just do what I like. So if I want it to be a private video, so only me, people are choosing to do that. Unlisted, that means I can put it up and then see what I think by watching on my telly or something like that. Send out links to people. Members only, so again, I've got a membership channel. To be honest, the two that you would go for is either schedule, where you say like here, put it up at the 26th September at 1:30 in the morning. Boom. You can set them up as premieres. If you do that, you should be there when the video first goes live at 1:30 in the morning, because anybody who's watching it can like chat with you through from typing. If you watch my premieres, you'll know what I mean. But I'm going to go for probably the one that you'll use to begin with, public. Again, you could do an instant premiere, but you won't get many people because most people will be like, surprise, blimey, video too late to chat because you've already done it. So I'll set for public, and all I've got to do is press publish, and you can link it to things like your Facebook and WhatsApp. To be honest, I used to do it and then I was like, oh, I can't be bothered. Like I said, I'm not very good with social media. So there, if I go back to my content, there you go. At 1852 I published Kitty Boo's final mystery box video, and all you got to do now is just wait. I mean, it's been what, a minute? Should we refresh? Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Oh, got 3 likes. No one's watched it yet. Fingers crossed. Let's refresh again. And this is what you'll be doing when you first upload. You'll be refreshing. I would probably. Oh, we got a comment. We've got a comment already. We're off and running. If you go to the dashboard, what the dashboard does is it will give you the views when it comes up. To be honest, I'm not surprised it's saying 0. It takes a little while for YouTube to agree that a view has occurred. Right, so I'm going to leave that video running. We'll come back to it in a minute. There's some other stuff to have a look at. I'd have a look at settings down here. I'll probably put like a thing to block it out in a second because I don't want to show you certain stuff. But if I go community, and this is a really important one for you. Okay, I've got my moderators at the top there, all my lovely mods. If I come down, I got hidden users. So these were people who, for one reason or another, I do not want on my channel. They are basically trolls, or not very nice people, or just people who just really, I don't know, done something really outrageous. Like there was a scammer on my channel. She's on there, on the hidden users. It doesn't mean they can't watch your videos. And unfortunately, they can still watch your videos and press dislike as a lot of them will do, because they are a hardcore little group that go around channel to channel, disliking videos and leaving lovely little comments for the users, and you will be included in that, trust me on that. Just add them to your hidden users list. All you got to do is, well, type their name in. If you can, copy and paste their name and add it. And I'll show you something else as well that you can do, so you can just get them there even quicker. And as I go down, again, I've got blocked words. I add words in there as they come up. So I've got quite a list of swear words, an impressive list of swear words, if I'm honest with you. Words I'd never heard in my life, if I'm honest with you. So yeah, so I really recommend that you use that and go in there, because what will happen otherwise is you'll get trolls running rampant in your comment section. So let's come out of that. So if I go to comments, you watch us get trolled straight away. Oh, it's the lovely Dawn. I'm not going to block her, but if I click on the three dots on a comment, like you got remove, now just remove the comment, nothing else. Report, definitely not going to report Dawn, she's lovely. Hide use from channel, that's the one. If I click on that, they will appear on the block list. So if you see a comment you don't like, somebody like really trollish, boom, and they'll put them straight onto that blocked list, and you'll never hear from them again. Yay! Right, what's I going to do? Anything else to do on here? Not really a lot you need to know. I mean, most of the other stuff is just tinkering around the edges. Those things you definitely need to know. So I'll come back to content. There is tabs at the top, so if you do a live stream, you can obviously put things on the live stream. Post, you put things on the post. Ooh, 5 likes, 1 comment for. Don't worry about getting dislikes. Like I said, there is a hardcore bunch that goes around disliking everything. You can't please everybody. When you get your first dislike to a video, you'll feel like a punch in the gut. You'll feel really rotten afterwards. I'm so used to it now, it's unbelievable. And I have found out that anything over 90% likewise is stonkingly good. So even with those guys who just dislike every single scratch card video, I'm doing pretty well. Analytics, no, I don't want to go in there because that'll show you stuff I don't really want to show off. So yeah, that's pretty much all you really need to know. Yeah, so I suppose I could do a video showing my face again, but no, I can't be bothered. I'm just going to end it on this screen. So my recommendation to you is give it a go, post a couple of videos. If they go bad, you can always delete them, just take them off. It's not an issue, not a problem. It's not like admitting defeat. Experiment, be yourself. Don't try and copy other channels. If you try and be like Scratch Card Lady, for example, you'll come across as a rubbish imitation of Scratch Card Lady, if that makes sense. So be yourself. When people criticise you, take it for what it is. It's like a Christmas present, yeah? When someone gives you a Christmas present, you go, well, thank you very much. And you either keep it and use it, or you throw it in the bin, don't you? So when somebody criticises your channel, think to yourself really long and hard and go, is it really criticism or is it just a nasty comment? And I get a lot of them. We all get them. So please don't take it to heart if you get any criticisms. If you do post a video, let me know. I'll come and have a watch and I'll let you know. And, you know, I don't mind people asking me for help and advice, and I get it all the time. I'm not the biggest scratch card channel out there by far. I'm definitely not the best, and I'm not the best at making these videos. But this is my way of giving back to the community, because I do like seeing all the new channels out there. So if you're one of those people who love scratch card channels and you want to have a go yourself, well, I hope you found this video informative at the very least. Go on, just before I go, let's refresh. Oh, 4 views. What are we going to go to? 27 views, 3 comments, 13 likes, and we're off. Hey, right. Good luck to you, and all the best. Oh, and I won't do a video about the 1,000 subscribers, but if you do get to 1,000 subscribers, you're monetized. If you want to know what that means, let me know nearer the time that you're near 1,000 subscribers, and then I can sort of help you with that if you so desire. Right, look after yourself and those that you love, and I will see you hopefully in the scratch card video where I win loads of money real soon. Cheerio everyone, bye.